G'day. This week I've left Ballarat and I've headed up towards the Golden Triangle. That's the three areas, Bendigo, Castlemaine and Ballarat I think it is. And it's the whole area all encompasses where the real action happened with the gold rush. On my way up I called into Hepburn Springs and drank some of the mineral water there. That was a bit wild. Definitely call in there, that's definitely worth a visit. And now I'm staying in Maldon and just about to finish my week here. I've been here for a week, free camping, it's absolutely fantastic. I've fallen in love with the little town, it's just so good. And there really is gold in various places and the gold is quite close to the town. In fact, during the video, I'll drive you out on a whole gold thing. You don't have to look at the map, just follow everything that I've done and you'll be able to check it out. And did I find any gold? Well, you'll just have to stay and find out. Anywho, let's go. I'm at Hepburn Springs. Now you can go into the big kind of shop area, the big arena or whatever it is, or you can just wander down the track and you can find, here they are, see they're just on the ground here. Now you do need a water container, so it's not really, I thought they would probably have like a little spring, because I'm sure they used to have that back in the day. It's press a button and doing all that sort of stuff. If you've got a container, yeah, fine, pop it under. I don't want to waste the good stuff, but there it is. And don't pull it too hard because it goes the other way. And there it is. If I go and get a container, we can check it out. I just realised there's actually signs up, they're pretty discreet, but each one of these water spouts a different flavour. This one basically is a soda, so it tastes like soda water. It's called, it's got natural sodium bicarbonate in it. Again, I still don't have a container. I'll get one in a minute and then I'll check it out, but I'm sure it's got a tang to it. Here's a bit of knowledge you definitely would want to know. As you're coming up, you can drive with your car, camper or caravan. Up you will see it's a one-way road around there. And what you can do is you, depending on how many tourists are here, but you can pull in, I guess, and sort of park over those areas there, right? But on a busy day, you'll be in all sorts of trouble. You can actually go around and turn around. What I suggest you do is head left and you go up here. As you go up there, there's two poles. You may not get through, but you can get to the left of the pole. You can park up there out of everyone's road. And I'm pretty sure, I'm about to find out, if you go straight ahead, you'll end up on one of the sub-roads and then turn left and you're back on the highway. Last night I was the storm chaser. I thought it'd be really good videography to show you the caravan and car in the snow. All romantic and all that. Note to self, next time if you're going to go chasing snow, make certain that the report says at that town there is snow. It's 1 degree in the caravan and I can tell you that's pretty cold. Again, no diesel heater. Recommend it for you guys, get a diesel heater if you think you're going to be in a cold area at all. Anywho, let's go. at a festival in Trentham. It's called Spud Fest. It only happens once a year, and in May and third Saturday or something, and there's a whole lot of things happening. Obviously they specialise in spuds, and someone who I met up at the Hepburn Springs, they had just been down here and bought 100 kilograms of potatoes to take back home, so must be good potatoes. The thing I wanted to tell you about was I'm at Ambulance Victoria, and what they were talking about is I wanted to do an upgrade on my St John's ambulance and all that, but they said there's a lot of those things you can do online. However, the really important thing that I did come out of it is if you're going to be doing compressions, you know, CPR, what you need to do is find, if you get the patient lying down like that and you run a line across from here to the other arm, that's round about where you should be pushing for your compressions. And the other thing is you should be pushing your chest down, a third of the chest being squashed in. So whether it's an adult or a child, a third of it is enough to get the heart going again. And back in the day you used to use your mouth and breathe into them. Don't do that anymore, so a bit to learn. Anywho, hope that helped. So I've just ordered and just got 2 jam donuts, but the difference is that's made out of potatoes. Apparently it's quite a taste sensation, so I'll know in a minute. It is so cold here, I seriously cannot concentrate. So there it is, jam donuts made out of some place that's called Spudulike, or they're called Donutters, but they're probably just in this little town called Trentham. Now you might think I'm a little bit crazy. If you watched enough of my videos, you probably know that I definitely am. I'm just about to head off on the goldfields for a little bit of a fossick. I'm staying here in Maldon, and one of my fellow passengers here, he's pretty much into it and he's got a more expensive gold detector than me. He's given me a couple of pointers, so I'm going to head off in the bush, and right at the moment probably look a bit ridiculous, but I can tell you my head's warm, which is a plus, and I've only got probably, I don't know, just a small handful of clothes on to keep me warm. But I definitely don't want to get cold out on the goldfields, though I'll be walking around and probably heading up the bot anyway. Anywho, let's go to the goldfields. Now I know I must look a treat, and some of you older people might be saying, "Oh my giddy aunt, what is he wearing?" Well, I'm wearing what the modern gold prospector would be wearing and carrying. So here is my trusty gold detector. You saw that in Kalgoorlie and Coolgardie. I'll just put that down to one side. And in my jacket here, over here I have, from the hardware shop, it's just a tool belt, and in there I've got a thong. What else? not much, a thong. And over on the side, instead of a hammer, I have a pick. Now I didn't buy an authentic gold miner's pick. I bought one from Bunnings. Cost me a whole lot less, and I'm sure it does pretty much the same job. And what else have I got in there? And in this side I've got a plastic trowel. Now you've got to have plastic, because if you have steel and you put it, rather than steel over the gold detector, it'll keep going. You think you've got gold in every little bucketful. So make certain that's plastic. Again, just bought a generic one from the hardware. And this is an extra thing which I find really helpful. Not quite sure, they call it a pro find, but I call it my magic tool. Now that's what it looks like. And it's really only any good when you've dug out and you've got your, you're going through the little shovelful, baby shovelfuls, and looking and then think something, you know, I think it's probably in this little shovelful. Just saves a bit of time. And that's what it looks like. And this is what it sounds like when it bumps into something metal. Now the reason that's going off, underneath here I have my watch, and the watch band has a bit of steel on it. So when you're, same with when you're scooping out and you're running your little trowel over the gold detector, make certain you're not using the one with the watch on it, because that's what will happen. It'll make that sound. You think, oh, each time, oh, the gold's still there, the gold's still there. You swap hands with your little trowel and run this over your gold detector, because I've got no watch on there, no jewellery. And same thing if you've got wedding rings and all that, to either the time to take them off or schedule everything. So you've got your wedding ring, if you don't want to take it off, fine. Make certain the wedding ring is not on your scooping and checking trowel. The alarm's going off now because I've had it on for too long, and it's just meant for little special occasions. So that's the noise it makes. I'm sure you heard it before. Yeah. It'll go saying, oh, you've had it on a long time. Surely you found the gold by now. So I'm ready to go prospecting. Here goes a couple of hours invested in for my own amusement. I have a faint sound here, a small possibility of a little bit of gold. I'll just check it again. So what I'll do is I'll mark it out with my trowel. There's so many pockets. Trowel. Just check it again. Okay, so it's somewhere about there. And remembering to dig with this hand, but yeah, to dig with this hand. Oh, that's what the thong's for. Probably think, what on earth you got the thong for? It's for my delicate knee. Pop it under my thong. There we go. So I'm going to dig right here. There. Get that stuff away. Now this is also when, if I really wanted to, I could use my little magic tool. If I can find it. There it is. Turn it on. Still working there. Alright, turn it off. And the ground here is quite soft, but I'll use the pick anyway because it does make it a little bit easier. Now the patience of a prospector, a modern prospector, is to be able to deal with the, I'll keep this out the road, see if you get that too close it'll go off. So once you're finished doing a bit of a dig, put it over to one side, get your detector, make certain you've got no watch on it, And what you can do is you can do that. Run along there, no sound, it's okay. I'll show you what it sounds like. That's my watch. Make certain you're putting the pile that you're testing to one side. Let's see if it's still going off. Yep, still down there, hopefully. And will I be recording the new welcome nugget? If it is, I'll be digging for a while. Welcome nugget was 64 kilograms. So that's a fair old sized piece of gold. To be honest, I'd be happy with a mere morsel of that. Having now dug in a few of these places in Kalgoorlie and some of the gold districts, what I find sometimes you'll dig down, you'll find buckshot, you'll find old spent 22 rifle things that they were using in probably the 50s. Keep this guy away. Over there. Now let's put all that stuff there. Check this guy down. Ah, stopped. Right, so it stopped where it was. What I've dug out is now making the sound. So what we do there is we leave the hole. We just check the stuff that I've dug out. Hopefully it's a piece of gold and not a bit of buckshot or something. And then you get your little scoop, make certain you haven't got the watch on it. Run it back and forth. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, hear that? So what that's saying is the thing that was making the noise is now in this little, I keep forgetting what to call it. We'll call it a shovel, a mini shovel. So what I do is I'll take a little bit out of it and try it again. Aha, stopped. Put the thing I took out it back in. There we are. Take some more out. It's still in here, so, oh, there it is, an old-fashioned nail. Hang on. Now, there's two things of etiquette here. It is an old nail too, it's not a modern one. The two things we do is we fill in the hole. So with the little nail I found, that's obviously not of any great value, I pop that ideally in a jar or certainly put it in my pouch, because that's the other etiquette. You don't leave, if you find an old bottle top or an old aluminium can, or you don't leave it on the gold fields, you take it away with you, because otherwise some other poor guy is going, oh, I found a nail. You don't need to put him through the frustration. Well, I have to say I'm not flush with gold yet. Been on the lookout for about an hour, and as I'm walking along this area is actually known as had a gold stream running through here, and so they have had quite a lot of success in this area. So yeah, just retracing over the different holes they've dug, and sometimes the rain will get in and wash a particular area out. As you can see, there's a fair few diggings in this area. And it's pretty obvious what you have to look out for, but some really important things you need to watch out for is if you think it could be something in the way of a mine, definitely keep away from it. And even be careful as you're getting on the edges of it, because you could slip and get in there. Second thing is, pretty minor thing, and I don't think they're nasty. I don't think they're killer spiders, but there are spiders along here, and as you walk, sometimes you'll catch out the corner of your eye. You used to be able to walk between two little shrubs, and you see a very fine spider web just hanging through it, and in the middle a leaf where the spider's actually living. Now you don't really want to walk through those, and certainly not deliberately, and you need to be careful because I don't know how venomous or how dangerous they are, but certainly if they're up on your face, they're a rotten feeling. It's like, ah! Great to film and great to see someone going through all of that, but not something you really want to experience yourself. So please be careful, as I'm sure you will be. Here's a random tip, all about cleaning your windows and having crystal clear vision. So here I've got a known product, can't tell you, but you can buy it at most of the little car shops, about $30 a bottle. Smells great, does a reasonably good job. And what I'm comparing it with, in fact I'm not even comparing, I'm just saying this other product is just the best. So with the best product, cover that over so you have to worry about it. With the best product, all I'm using is yellow soap or Lux soap, but velvet soap, all the same. A little clean cloth and a saucepan of water. And I'll show you just how good this glass gets up to. I believe I cut you short by a couple of extra things you might need. You need a chamois of some sort. I love this. I've had this for over a year. It's just the best thing I've ever bought for cleaning the car. And the other thing is paper towel, just to get that final little bit of lint off. So here you go. I've already done that side, so okay, this is dirty, but it's going to go from dirty to unbelievable. And then I must remind myself to do the inside of one of the tinted windows, just to show you that I have the courage to do it, and I know it won't damage it. So here we go. So that's just a basic clean, and it's probably going to come up pretty well. But as when I did that video on the cleaning the lights, just because it looks okay now, for the next, until it dries, say for the next, I don't know, half an hour to an hour, doesn't mean it's going to be outstanding for a long time. Okay. Oh, I forgot to put the, yeah, so we've given it a good rinse, bit of a wipe, nothing's too serious. And now we'll put the soap straight up. Soap. And when you're, what I tend to do is I tend to use a bit of the old human cleaning, because when you do it, certainly with this back window, I can find little bumps and bruises, not bruises, but little pieces that you just know that if you put in a little bit of effort, you probably get a lot of them off. You won't have to do this a lot of the time, but right at the moment I don't think it's been washed that well to get rid of all these little things. To be honest, you probably need a clay bar to fix it properly, but we're not going to that level at the moment. We're not taking it to showroom. Okay, give it a rinse. And again, you don't tend to see anything. Yeah, just see, oh yeah, it's clean, it's all right, not too bad. Seen better, seen worse. Now I'll use the chamois cloth. Okay, one more little dry. Okay, chamois done. Then the paper towel, which I put below this, and the water just dripped all over it. So it's probably not much use to me at all. I'll discard that bit. All nice and clean. Now I've run out of paper towel. Oh dear. Oh, it's got wet. Right, I'll get a new piece of paper towel. New paper towel. So with a nice dry piece of paper towel, don't put it below the water dropping section. Let's just go over it, make sure. Oh, not good enough. Go again. As promised, I'm now going to do the inside window, so has courage of my convictions, because if I thought it had any ammonia or whatever that dangerous thing is that wrecks the film, I wouldn't be doing it. So there we go. I've wet the inside, putting the velvet soap on, giving it a bit of a wash. It's got about as good as. And now use my paper towel. And when you've done that, you're really forced to do the outside of the window as well. So I'll do that, but I won't put you through it. Now there you have it, that's what it looks like and it's final. That's washed both sides with the water and velvet soap and dried off, cleaned with a paper towel. I'm pretty happy with that. You know, hiking is one thing and you've got to have the right boots and so on and so forth, but just the oldest trick in the book, it's been going for years, is doing your shoelaces up properly. Now when we were little, mums and dads used to tie it up for us and then we learned how to tie shoelaces. But today, I think I might be able to teach you something even better. So your classic doing up your shoelaces will involve 2 ropes, 2 shoelaces, tie them in the classic way, pull them firm, make a bow, cross over, do up your first bow. So that's normal, we always do. Then take the bow across and do it a second time, pull it tight, and you are not going to believe it, that will last for ages, if not the entire day. Whereas if you just do a normal knot and leave it at that, invariably sometime on the day, during the day, they'll fall apart, and it can be really dangerous, especially for the elderly people tripping over your shoelaces. Oh, I'll do it up in a minute. We don't want that. Standing in front of Australia's oldest continuously running bakery. Now it was established in 1854 and at the time was one of the only brick buildings in the town. What you'd imagine, there's lots and lots of tents all pocketed all around. Obviously they'd be pretty keen to get in the bakery. In the back they've still got the original Scotch oven, and with that oven they're cooking their bread, and which they use mostly sourdough. As well as that, they also cook pastries and exotic things, but I'm not a foodie, so I can't get too excited about it. But I did have one of their coffees. So if you get a chance to call in here, make certain you call into this bakery, and I'm sure you'll really love it. Hey, tell me about the Scotch oven.
Well, the Scotch oven was the original brick building in Maldon. So yes, it's very, very big. It spans the entire wall and goes back over 12 feet deep, but it's only about that high, because I went in there to check it out before we lit it to see what the crown was like and if there were any repairs needed doing, whatever. And yeah, it's not really claustrophobic, but if I was on my tummy, I had to turn around to look at the ceiling and my hips were scraping, so it's really quite narrow. What do I cook in it? Bread, mainly. Bread and pies. But we do a lot of bread, all sourdough, traditional baking methods. Katie here is a fabulous baker. And this is a flue. You pull this out to get the oxygen to flow up, and then you damp it down to stop the airflow. This is where the bread goes in.
Well, there you have it, another exciting week in the goldfields. I learned a little bit and I've had a great time. Definitely, if you get a chance, call into Maldon. It's well worth a look. If you found the video useful, helpful and or entertaining, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, I swear I will get you. No, I won't. If you haven't subscribed, it would be great if you did. And if you think the video is worth sharing, that too would be great. And until next time, this is Four Wheel Drive, signing off.